Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to day 3. We're going to be doing our orange reading book, our New York Progress book. I have the teacher's edition, you do not. So open up your orange books, boys and girls. We're going to continue on character. Oops, Mr. Ray Debbie could find his page number. And again, you can pause this video at any time and reread it anytime if I'm going too fast or you couldn't hear me. Open to page 24 and 25, and it's called Straight Up and Straight Back Down. So we're going to talk about characters and events and settings because that's one of our skills that we're talking about. In the year 2040, David Rivera, astronaut and father, decided to be the first person to go to outer space with his entire family. David knew some very important people who thought his idea was great, and they built him a spaceship. Of course, David forgot about one thing. He forgot to ask his 10-year-old daughter if she wanted to go into outer space, which she definitely did not. That daughter is me, Sarah Riviera, and David Riviera is my dad. You might believe that going to outer space would be the best thing that ever happened to me, but you would be wrong. Just think for a minute about what it is like to go to space. You have to leave all your friends behind, and you have to eat nasty space food. No delicious hamburgers up there. You have to spend months in a tiny capsule with your parents. Don't even ask about going to the bathroom. Trust me, you do not want to know. I'll just give you a clue. In space, there's no gravity. Everything goes up. So there's a special toilet in space. Okay, on 24, you have sight evidence. It says, character is a person in a short story, novel, or play. Find and underline the names of the characters in paragraphs 1 through 3. So we're on paragraph 2. I'm going to read paragraph 3 so we can finish, and you will find what characters we've had. So we've had 2 characters so far. So here I am, orbiting miles above Earth, listening to my mother lecture me again on how I am wasting this great opportunity. So boys and girls, go ahead, underline the 3 characters that we have in this paragraph, in this story so far. So paragraph 1, there were 2 characters. The father was David Rivera, the 10-year-old daughter, which is Sarah Rivera, and then the mother. We don't have the mother's full name, but we have her name as just simply Mother. So those are our 3 characters. Good job. And the next one, Cite Evidence B. The setting of a story is the place and time in which the story happens. In paragraph 1, circle a time detail. What place details can you find on this page? So go ahead and find what time it is. And again, that's not like time like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but they actually give you a year. Good. In the first paragraph, it says in the year 2040. So that's our setting, way into the future. And we want to know place details can you find on this page. So place details we have, go ahead and look through your 2 paragraphs there. Tiny capsule. So a capsule is a small little room, a capsule. Capsules are also like if you have to take a pill, it's known as a capsule. So a capsule is kind of like a circular oval shape that you would have, and you can kind of see that in the picture on the bottom of 24, how it's kind of like a circular thing that they're in, kind of like a spaceship-like capsule. We also have about space. It says going to outer space. Spaces are where they're going, and they talked about the food you have to eat and can't eat, and obviously the issue about going to the bathroom. Okay, on to page 25. Sarah Mariana Rivera Your father went to great lengths to make this adventure happen for all of us. And think about the amazing stories you will have when we get back home. Lots of kids would be thrilled to get a chance like this. Well, I'm not lots of kids, and it's not as if we're going anywhere special. It's just straight up into space and then straight back down. Just as I'm about to launch into this supersized meltdown, complete with tears, the ship jerks intensely, and the room starts spinning slowly at first and then faster. What's going on, Mom? Just hold on, Sarah, hold on tight. Before I can answer her, I see lights dancing in front of my eyes. I feel lightheaded, and then everything goes black. When I wake up, I can feel a hand stroking my forehead. Mom, I had the worst dream, I whisper. We were on a spaceship and I passed out. Okay, so before we go on to the next page, boys and girls, I want you to look at page 25, Cite Evidence. It says, a story contains events or actions that occur as a story unfolds. Reread paragraph 6. I'll give you a minute to do that. And then circle the one event that occurs in that paragraph. The ship starts jerking intensely and the room starts spinning faster and faster is our event. We would call this like our rising action. We're kind of in the building background in the beginning. The daughter doesn't really want to go and the dad has done a lot and the mom is, not really happy with the younger daughter, but now we're on a rising action. Something's happening to this spaceship. It's spinning intensely. The ship jerks and we're not quite sure what's happening. So good job on that one. Let's go to Cite Evidence D. An author helps readers learn more about characters in a story through words, thoughts, and actions. And if you remember from last week, that was what a character says and what a character does. So in this paragraph, or this page, boys and girls, it says, underline her complaining words on this page. What do those words help reader learn about Sarah? So go ahead, find her complaining words. And as I was reading this, I tried to read it in a complaining voice, but not, too whiny. All our complaining words, boys and girls, are in paragraph 5. That is right after where the mother tells her, Sarah, your father went to great lengths for this adventure, right? And then she just kind of blasts out on Mom and shouts at her, well, I'm not lots of kids, and it's not as if we're going anywhere special. It's just straight up into space and then straight back down, which, by the way, is our title of our story, Straight Up and Straight Back Down. So you should have underlined all of paragraph 5 that tells us that this character, Sarah, her complaining words. So what do those words help readers learn about Sarah? Well, we learn that she's a bit of a sassy little character. She's talking back to her mom after she's saying, honey, lots of kids get this chance. Your father's done a lot. She kind of ready to have this, what she said, a super-sized meltdown, which is a big thing. So she's emotional. She's probably, a little stressed out from not having her friends with her there, but a lot of things that we get from just what she said there. A lot of sass in that voice. Okay, turn now to the next page. The pictures kind of give it away. Remember, she just woke up. Suddenly, everything comes into focus. I am in a large white room, and I see my mom in her red dress with her yellow eyes and green skin looking down at me. Wait a second. My mom doesn't have yellow eyes or green skin. The creature in front of me opens its mouth and says something like, "EBGB flip goblin." I shake my head and say, I can't understand you. Before the green lady can answer, I hear a voice from across the room asking, Sarah, is that you? Mom, where are you? The green lady picks me up with one hand, and that's when I realize she's about 10 feet tall. She carries me easily and sets me down between my parents. Mom and Dad, what happened? We landed, Dad says, but I'm not sure where. In the meantime, the green lady has been observing us. Blim blam, zombie? She asked. Puzzled, I turned to my dad. What's she saying? We haven't figured it out, Sarah, but I think she's friendly. The green creature opens her mouth again, but this time, instead of speaking, she starts to sing. It's the most beautiful music I have ever heard, and it makes me want to sing. Without thinking, I start to sing, even though I don't know the language. When I glance at my parents, I realize that we are all doing the same thing. And we're going to stop right there, and let's go all the way over, boys and girls, to our Cite Evidence A on page 26. We have another character. Find a detail in paragraph 11 that describes the new setting. Put a box around it. So this would be kind of weird. You're on a spaceship, and you're in a different spaceship, and she kind of looks like she passes out. Everything went black, and then she wakes up. And where does she wake up? She wakes up in a large white room. Should have put in a box. That'd be the second sentence in there. So imagine being this girl. Your voice, usually when you're reading this, should be like a little flustered, right? I would be really nervous if this was happening to me. I don't do well with aliens, though. Alien movies, so that stuff scares me. Now it says, circle details in paragraphs 11 through 15 that describe the character whom Sarah calls the Green Lady. Discuss those details. We'll talk about those details after you find them. So go 11 through 15. Okay, in paragraph 11, I have she's wearing a red dress with her yellow eyes and green skin. Creepy looking. And then what she says, Evie, flippin', blop, bloppin'. Okay, she talks a different language, this weird alien language. In paragraph 15, this is the hard one, she's 10 feet tall. She's literally double the size of an average human. Okay, little 10 feet, as big as a basketball hoop. 10 feet tall. So there's a lot more about her character, the descriptions that we have about this character. Okay, so on page 27, we're going to do these questions together. It says, number 1, what do the nonsense words in paragraph 11 tell the readers about the character called the Green Lady? So you're going to go paragraph 11. She says something like, Eebie, jeebie, flibgoblin. So what does that tell the readers? A, the Green Lady speaks a language that is unknown to Sarah. This sounds like a good answer, but let's look at the rest of them. The Green Lady is just a baby. She has not learned yet to talk. Let's cross that one off. Cross off B. So far, A is our best answer. C, the Green Lady cannot speak Sarah's language clearly. We're not quite sure the Green Lady cannot speak that clearly. We don't know that yet, that she can't speak clearly, just because she's saying another language. So we can't say that right away. So A so far is a little better than C. Don't get confused by C. Indeed, the Green Lady enjoys playing jokes on her visitors. Just from those words that she's saying there, we can't tell that off of paragraph 11. So only paragraph 11, we can tell readers about the character. She simply speaks an unknown language to Sarah. Because how do we know that? Because Sarah shakes her head and says, I can't understand you. So again, that's number 1, circle A. Number 2, based on what you read in the text, what event has most likely happened by the time paragraph 11 begins? So we didn't get this. The room was spinning, everything went black, and then something happened. She woke up in a white room. So what might have happened in between those events? Sarah has fallen asleep and is having a dream. She was not going to fall asleep. She wasn't tired. Sarah's home has been invaded by aliens. She wasn't at home. She was on a spaceship. Sarah's parents are playing a practical joke on her. You think her parents were doing part of this? I don't think so. Sarah was on board the spaceship when it crashed. That sounds good, because the spaceship was spinning out of control. Everything was spinning and everything was jerking, right? She's not going to fall asleep during there. Her mom and dad aren't going to play a weird joke on her by crashing the spaceship. So our correct answer is D. All right, so number 3, you're going to do by yourself, but I'd like you to bring this in so I can check it. It says work with a partner. You don't have a partner. So you're going to do this by yourself. Write about the 4 characters in the story. Cite evidence to describe what you know about each of them. Now, boys and girls, they don't give you that much room down there. If you need an extra loose leaf piece of paper, or you need to tear something out of your ELA notebook, use one of those extra pages and kind of attach it in when I see these when you come back to me on day 1. So what types of characters? There's 4 characters. Cite evidence to describe what you know about each of them. If you want to, you could also maybe make some good character traits, some good things that I'd see in there about these characters. So there's 4 characters that we have, so make sure you have all 4 of those characters in. We will finish this story. Don't go ahead of me, because we got to see what happens. We have to see what happens to this family and Sarah. So your assignment is just that last question. Write out an answer. Again, you have a lot of time to write out this answer, boys and girls, so please make sure you're doing full, complete sentences. You're not just writing girl, goblin, dad, mom, alien, friendly, mom, helpful, sister, or daughter, doesn't like things. Be descriptive. Be descriptive. Be descriptive. You guys have lots of time on day 3 here to do that. And that's just your assignment, just to do that last question, question 3. See you for tomorrow.